Hi everyone, welcome to CIC Talks. So as you can see today we are going to talk about another cue card. And the cue card is describe a difficult thing that you did. So in this speaking cue card you are supposed to talk about a difficult task that you did. And what you should say first is what it was, how did you complete it, why it was difficult and how you felt about doing it. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the introduction. I have done many things in my life which I found rather difficult at first, but once I got into them, they were as easy as pie. So, today I would love to describe one such real life story when I conquered my fear. And what it was. The thing that I would like to talk about is swimming. For all my life, I was apprehensive of diving into the water, but recently I realized that swimming is an important life skill that I should learn. I also thought it would be good exercise and help me become physically stronger. So, how did you complete it? My initial training experiences were indeed scary. However, I did complete the course and thanks to my wonderful mentor. On the first day, after I put on my bathing suit in the locker room, I stood timidly by the side of the pool waiting for the teacher and other students to show up. But sooner than I imagined, things began to feel right and the trembling was gone. The teacher had me put on brightly colored water wings to help me stay afloat, and that's how I learned swimming. So, why it was difficult? Things were not quite that easy for me. Every time when I had close contact with water, my aquaphobia kicked in. Actually, I heard a lot of traumatic stories in my childhood, like my uncle nearly drowned as a child in a badly supervised swimming lesson. And even my mother told me that she had been dangled over a bridge once. So these experiences, made swimming even more difficult for me. And how you felt about doing it? After learning swimming, I was as happy as Larry. The most soothing part was that nobody would dare to call me a nervous adult anymore. And I was confident and felt like floating on the water is more comforting than ever. So, in the end, I just have to say that learning to swim was not easy for me. In fact, it was a Herculean task. But in the end, my persistence paid off. Not only did I learn how to swim, but I also learned to never say never. Now, whenever I am faced with a difficult thing, I stand like a rock. So, this is about the cue card. Now, let's discuss the follow ups. The first follow up is what kind of jobs require people to be confident. From a personal standpoint, almost every job requires a certain degree of conviction. For instance, people who are into public speaking, such as politicians, media spokespersons, etc., they ought to be confident in their conduct. Furthermore, confidence is the bread and butter of salespeople. After all, a confident sales pitch could make or break their careers. Second is on what occasions should children be encouraged and how? I think children need an uplift in situations when they feel hesitant in doing something which is often fruitful. And let me tell you by example, we all have heard of glossophobia, which is also called a fear of public speaking. It is very commonly found in children. Hence, a word of encouragement in that scenario would make children free of panic and fear. And as such, they could represent themselves more confidently on the stage. So, how do you help children stay focused? Uh, that's an interesting question, I believe, because children often struggle to pay attention. But the good thing is that they have the adults who can help them overcome continuous drumbeat of distractions. For example, we can remove unnecessary clutter and visual experiences from their rooms so that they could concentrate well. And secondly, memory games help hone that focus for kids in a fun way. So we could introduce things like chess, Sudoku, Scrabble, which really help them to stay focused. The last follow up is what challenges do young people face today? Broadly speaking, the millennials or what we call youngsters, they face two kinds of challenges. First is physical and second is mental. The youngsters are most vulnerable to stress, depression, drug abuse, bullying, and cyber addiction. Moreover, they go through and are expected to cope with hormonal changes, puberty, social and parental forces, work and school pressures, and the list is endless.